Hello antique friends, and welcome to my channel for another antique related video. This is Deanna from Vintage Touch Antiques. Those of you who are familiar with my channel know that I have a passion for antiques. I collect them, I decorate with them, and of course I sell them. But I also have an appreciation for organization, and so I do have another playlist that has organization ideas. I'm a firm believer that organization is one of the keys to success, whether it be in your personal life or your business life. I have done a video previously, it's been a while now, where I took you on a short tour of the area that I have designated that I use to work on my antiques. But today I'd like to take you on a little bit more detailed tour of that space. This is where I will bring in those antiques and clean them. I will do minor repairs. This is where I inventory them and tag them and then ultimately store them where they can be easily accessed, where I will know where they are, and oftentimes where they're even visible. So I have them all categorized and grouped in such a way that they're easily found. I also have this space organized for the tools that I need to fix and repair and things like this. So you will see that it not only has the antiques that I take, that I have ready to be delivered to my antique booth, but also the materials that I need to work with them. So I hope you will enjoy and stay tuned. Come with me while I show you my space. Okay, beginning on this side of this area that I have designated for processing my antiques and storing them, I'm going to show you what I have along this wall. Now, this space is a hodgepodge of cabinets and things that we have put together as need arose, and so it is not the most beautiful and aesthetic pleasing place, but it is very functional, and that is my main need for this area. I do, however, try to keep it very clean and orderly so that it is an inviting place for me to come and work. As you can see, I have not only antiques and things that will be in here, but I have materials and things that I work with when I do minor repairs. I have my acrylic paints there. Along this wall I have bags. This is for transporting my antiques to and from the shop. You don't want to have any kind of accidents, and so bubble bags really come in handy. Below that are various size picture frames. I have cabinets running all along this wall, and above the cabinets is a counter area that has smaller cabinets and things on it. Now, as you can see, I have most everything that holds either supplies or antiques are labeled. That is really an essential thing that I will encourage you to do if you're in the process of putting together a place for storage and so forth, because it saves an immense amount of time to be able to find what you're looking for. I try to use all of my vertical space. As you can see, I have hat boxes and hat stands above there, and it goes all the way to the ceiling, and I do have my head mannequins up there. Not all of them have on hats right now. I have a picture rail that I use along this wall above the counter area that holds picture frames, and I try to use all of my wall space if I need it up there to hang other frames or pictures. I try to have categories for my antiques, once they're processed and tagged, and now they're ready for storage, I try to have category areas so I know where to go to get the various things. Like this category here, this would have some baby items there in that cabinet, but this is mainly my sewing area. And below there are shelves that also have sewing collectibles and things of that nature. Then I have, right now I have a lot of things pulled out here. This in the baskets getting ready to go up to the shop for garden season. And in that large wood trunk I have some larger pieces. This is my bath and shaving kind of collectibles here, along with some photos. And I keep in this old cabinet a lot of my apothecary pieces, because bottles, when they're out of a cabinet, can get kind of unclear, I should say. Cloudy is the word. These are books. I usually have a lot more books than that. I've sold quite a few here lately. And things that are closely related. I keep my postcards in that box there. So you kind of get the idea about that. For instance, down below here, this one just has writing things in it, pens, inkwells, that type of thing. And so that is the way this particular wall is designed. I have this area right here, which makes a nice clean area to set things that maybe are in process of being repaired or something. They may need drying time, they may need some other things. But I generally have some things laying out there. A quick look at this section shows you how I've utilized even areas here that's high to hold larger pieces that I have there waiting to go to the shop. I even have some hangers hanging there in a space if I had some long textiles and so forth. Now most of my textiles and fabric things are processed in my office where my sewing machine is and my sewing supplies are located. But sometimes I've had some longer pieces that I've hung there. This section has some of the little furniture pieces that I have for sale. Now I don't do a lot with furniture, but I do sell some of the smaller children's chairs, small cabinets, little footstools and benches, and maybe a table or two and a washstand you might find in my antique booth for sale. But this space is generally a large enough space for me to stack those types of things and hold them there. Now as we look around, you will notice some of my husband's tools. He is very much a part of our business. He does a lot of the heavy lifting and repairs and cleaning for me that require a lot of muscle. This is a cabinet that I use to store old photos. It keeps them nice and dry and away from the sun there. And this top becomes another surface where many times my husband has things that he's working on. Now this section is mainly used to hold some of my kitchenware pieces. You'll see a lot of primitives and tinware and those kinds of things in this area. This is my area that I go to when I'm looking for that kind of thing to take and to deliver. If you can see from the glare, I do have a rod there where I hang things, and I usually hang baskets. Right now I have a basket display in my booth, so right now that bar is empty and that top shelf is empty. That usually has Crocs up there. I've got to get with it and get out there and hunt for more merchandise, because it's been a strong selling season. This is just a vintage chimney cabinet. It holds a lot more than what you realize, and this is where I hold my glassware and china pieces, keeps them nice and clean. Again, I go all the way to the top with my space here. And then this cabinet area is where I usually do my filming for my new arrivals when I'm ready to deliver things for you, and that's where you'll see them laid out. This cabinet is a nice spacious cabinet that holds supplies and materials that I need. Everything is labeled and it works out really nice. I have a curtain there, and behind that curtain, if I lift it up real quick, you can see that it has, it's a little tiered section there that holds maybe smaller toys. This is mainly my toy section here. A couple of globes and a camera way up there, but I go all the way to the top over that window too, as you can see. Now this section is really my work section, as in where a lot of things take place and a lot of things get worked on. And so all of my materials and hand tools and stuff that you would need for that purpose are right here on this counter. Like I said, it's not really a pretty area, but it does function very well. And in order to save space under my cabinets here, I used to have my towel bar hanging, my paper towel bar hanging down under the cabinets, but instead I moved it to the outside of the cabinet, which freed up a lot of space. And on the front of these cabinets, I have two little chalkboards which make it nice for notes, like that one says take up, to remind me of things that need to be delivered to my booth soon. I have this little turnabout here. It makes it real easy to get to brushes and things. My labels there. I have in the front here, I have drawers for supplies. Here's where I get to my tags that I'm going to use to tag things. And then this little stand is a rollabout stand. It's on casters, so it rolls away very easily. It's got really nice, easy gliding drawers used for supplies, papers, things that I may need. And this is my iPad that I use just like you would a laptop. I come out here, this is where I inventory, this is where things go into inventory, and it works out very, very well. I even have a towel bar there where I have a cleaning rag, and I keep down here in this little pocket, I just lids off of the coffee cans to use as paint palettes and stuff. And again, I try to utilize all space, so we have a lot of tools hanging here, and in these drawers I even use to hold extra tags and jewelry boxes and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my setup out here and see the way that I've put things to work. It's not, there's a lot more detail to it than what I've showed you, but you get the idea, I hope, and maybe you've got some ideas. And I thank you for watching. I'm asking you to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you have. Thank you for all the people that comment, and I would encourage any of you who have questions or comments to leave them in the comment section below. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your antiques. Remember, when you own an antique, you own a piece of history. Bye-bye.